Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to play Winter's Hidden Gems. We have to explore the enchanted frozen treasure hunt. This is an exciting new game that just came out for the winter season. You can only play it in December, so we have to hurry up and start playing. Let's go. He perches on your shoulder and guides you toward the first gem. Oh dear, the bluebird says, looking at the sled. Each direction is equally appealing, but you only have time to go one way. After a while, you come across a log cabin hidden among some pine trees. Smoke rises from its chimney, and you can hear the sound of hammers and anvils inside. They tower up through the trees and disappear into the clouds. No problem, he says, munching on an acorn. All around you, icicles sparkle like diamonds in the sun. And at the end of the ledge, you see a huge ruby glinting between two rocks. The gem disappears into your pocket and you hear the familiar sound of tinkling bells. On the surface, a thin layer of ice reflects the bright blue sky. But underneath, you can see the glimmer of sunlight on sparkling jewels. Wow, you say. How are we supposed to get those? Quick, grab onto the nearest icicle before you fall through the ice. The bluebird gets a bag of seeds, the squirrel gets a box of acorns, and you get a handsome steed to ride on. Which character did you like the most? Let me know in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye. You can use your prize however you want, but first, let's go deliver the gems to Santa. He'll be so happy to have them on his sleigh. Then we can go deliver presents to all the good little boys and girls. You reach out and grab onto the icicle, but it's too slippery and you begin sliding down into the water. Close your eyes and reach out your hand to grab onto the sparkling gem at the bottom. You open your eyes and see that you've landed on a bed of snow with 8 sparkling gems in your pocket. You and the bluebird and the squirrel cheer. You won. The bluebird says, "Don't worry, I have a plan." He flies over to the nearby trees and begins pecking at a dead branch. "Hey, bird, what are you doing?" you ask. "I'm making a boat," he says. "Get in. We're going sailing." You and the bluebird and even the squirrel fit inside the boat. The bluebird uses his wings to steer, and soon you are gliding smoothly across the ice jam pond. The squirrel says, "That's 5 gems. Just for more to go." "So where are you headed?" "We're gonna try to find the rest of the sparkling gems," you tell him. "And then what?" "And then," the bluebird says, "we're gonna trade them in for a special prize." "Ooh, what kind of prize?" asks the squirrel. "Well, that's a surprise," says the bluebird. "But if you help us find the rest of the gems, we'll split the prize with you." "Really? Okay, let's go." "Wow," you say, staring up at the mountain. "How are we supposed to get up there?" The bluebird says, "Don't worry, I know a way." Inside, the walls shimmer with all the colors of the rainbow. In the middle, resting on a bed of sparkling snow, is a golden topaz. You reach out and pick it up. The moment your fingers touch the gem, it feels warm and alive. You slip it into your pocket and the bluebird says, "That's 6 gems. Only 3 more to go." He flies up to a tall tree branch and calls out, "Hey, squirrel, can you help us out?" A bushy-tailed squirrel drops down from above. "Sure thing," he says. "Hop on my back." You reach out to grab it, but suddenly the ice breaks and you fall into the water. "Oh dear," you say, shivering. "I hope that gem didn't melt." The bluebird swims over to grab it and you hear the tinkling of bells. "It's fine," he says, handing it to you. "You have 7 gems. 1 more and you'll win the grand prize." The squirrel darts up the tree and disappears into a hole at the top. You and the bluebird climb up the tree and squeeze through the hole to find a cozy nest lined with soft moss and feathers. "We need to get out of here before they see us," the bluebird says. "Quick, hide in the snowbank over there." You duck down just as a jolly dwarf emerges from the cabin. He wears a red pointed hat and carries a large hammer. "Ho ho," he laughs. "Who's hiding in the snow?" You don't say anything and the bluebird pecks at his nose. The dwarf looks around, but you hold your breath and stay perfectly still. When he goes back inside, you jump out of the snowbank and look around for more sparkling gems. What should you do? Look for a sign to help you decide. Let's go check it out, you tell the bluebird. Inside, the tunnel is dark and narrow, but the walls sparkle like a kaleidoscope. At the end, you see a faint light coming from a hole in the dirt floor. You kneel down and reach inside to feel around. Your fingers touch something cold and hard. You pull it out and brush off the dirt to reveal a stunning emerald. It shimmers with all the colors of the rainbow. You slip it into your pocket and hear the tinkling of bells. The bluebird says, "That's for gems. Hurry, we have to find the rest." Maybe you should follow the path that has the most sparkly gems along it. Or perhaps the one with the most footprints. Or maybe the one with the fewest trees would be easiest to navigate. Which path will you choose? Please write your answer in the comments section below. It looks like someone's getting a little stuck. You notice footprints in the snow leading away from the sled. Maybe whoever left the sled behind went to find some gems. I'll go check it out, you tell the bluebird. And following the footprints, you come across a huge snowflake made of pure silver. The gem disappears into your pocket and the bluebird says, "That's 3 gems." But there are still so many more to find. "Look over there by the big snowman," he chirps. It's a tiny diamond sparkling like crushed ice. You reach out and pick it up. As soon as your fingers touch the cold stone, it disappears into your pocket and you hear the jingling of bells. The bluebird says, "Good job. Follow me to find the next gem." He leads you to the center of town where all the buildings are decorated with garlands and icicles. "Look under the mistletoe," the bluebird suggests. And there, hanging from the archway above the door, you spot a glistening sapphire. You reach up to grab it, but it slides down and falls into your pocket before you can catch it. The bluebird smiles and says, "That's 2 gems for you. Follow me if you want to find more." While you walk through the forest, you can see beautiful Christmas trees with presents underneath them. You can also see yummy food like roasted chestnuts and sweet treats. But I bet you are most excited about the sparkling jewels hidden throughout the forest. The elves hid them all here for the Winter's Hidden Gems treasure hunt. To find them all, you have to follow the sparkling gem trail. That means you have to find one sparkling gem and then follow its magical trail to discover where the next one is hiding. You begin your search in Frostnip Village, where you meet a cheerful bluebird. He takes you to the edge of town where a sled with a broken wheel blocks your path. He takes you to a clearing in the woods where the sparkling gem trail splits into 3 different paths. You decide to take the middle path and the bluebird flies ahead to lead the way. You notice a small opening hidden beneath the roots of a nearby tree. It looks like the entrance to a secret tunnel. You climb back up and out of the tunnel and find yourself at the base of a huge mountain. All around you are the footprints of a giant. "Thanks for letting us take a break," you tell the squirrel. The squirrel leads you out of the tree hollow and onto a narrow ledge high above the ground. You continue along the ledge until you come to a small cave hidden behind some rocks. You leave the cave and walk a little farther until you come across a frozen pond. In the middle, you see a brilliant sapphire waiting for you on a small island. Just then, the frozen lake beneath you cracks again and the squirrel lets out a squeak. You and your friends take the gems back to the cheerful bluebird, who gives each of you a special prize. The end. Hey, guys. Thanks for playing Winter's Hidden Gems with me.